Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Opposite Sides of the Spectrum. If you are new, I am Lauren.
And I'm Tiara. Happy 2025.
Ooh.
Happy asterisk. Happy with an asterisk.
It's been an interesting, what day is it? 10, 11?
10, yeah, 11? 10 or 11, yeah, that we're recording
this. It
this.
hasn't been 2 weeks yet, and it's already been crazy.
Yes, correct. Hadn't been 2 weeks and it's already crazy. My 2025 started off crazy 4 days in, so.
Mine the first day.
Oh my gosh, yes, the very first day.
At 10 o'clock in the morning.
The first day in the first hours of the new year, which is crazy. The very first hours is insane. The first 10 hours.
Oh yeah. But we'll talk more about the why. It's for complete different reasons.
Complete different reasons, but still crazy.
I don't recommend it for anybody. So either what happens. I don't recommend it.
Well, what's your question you got for us today?
So the question that I have is, what are some things that you have done differently in your later 20s when it comes to being intentional about yourself as a Black queer woman?
Something I've definitely done differently is I like that I was doing solo dates, and I haven't done a solo date in a while, and I've been really bad about that. But I really like doing solo dates. I'm very open about my queerness now. Mm-hmm. Like if I like start like a new job or I'm meeting someone for the first time, like somewhere in that conversation, that first interaction, I'm very comfortable with saying I'm a queer person. Mm-hmm. And that's usually how I put it, like I'm a queer person. So I'm very comfortable with like letting people know that I am queer. Okay. And that's something that I really, really like that I do now.
Okay, look at you.
Clapping.
She always be acting funny when I be clapping. I'm about to react.
Well, what's something you feel like you've done differently?
I think it's still a work in progress for sure. But I think it's not, I really haven't done a lot of new things. I'm just revisiting a lot of old things. I think that's what I'm doing. And really just understanding that certain things just work for me, and that's okay. I think last year I spent a year just doing
living on the edge,
different. Yeah. And I did not like it. I made a lot of bad decisions that I was not okay with, and a lot that I've definitely learned. Yeah. But I think for me, I've been very intentional about writing again, and not just on my phone, but like actually writing with a pen in my hand on paper.
And that is different. It's more, I feel like it's the connection process to what you're writing is better than just like typing on a screen.
Yes. And I think for me, I've just been trying to be more intentional by just expanding more of who I am as a person and getting to know newer versions of me, understanding older versions of me, merging the two, just trying to.
Are you trying to learn yourself more intimately, basically?
I mean, yeah. I think that's something I have lacked. Like I'm very in tune with myself, but I can be better. Yeah. I think for me, I feel better when I'm in tune with other people, and I always do better when there's somebody else. Mm-hmm. But I feel like when it comes to me, it's like there's a drastic difference in terms of how I treat myself with other people. And I think I definitely need to do better with that and just bring that same energy, even if it's just me. So that's something I've been trying to do really better with in terms of being more intentional with myself, of not just looking at myself as a chore. Like, oh, Lauren, you got to do this, you got to do that. like, okay, be excited. Woo.
I know it sounds crazy. Like, it's easy to be excited to give to other people, but when it's time to give to yourself, it does feel like a chore. It feels like work.
Yeah.
And it's like, it shouldn't feel like that because it's me, but it just does. Mm-hmm. So I get that.
So So I feel like I'm getting more comfortable. Like I understand older women that say when you hit a certain age, it is just what it is for certain things. Like this is just what works for me. And until something new happens, I'm starting to understand that. Of like, okay, I know I'm a special person, and for me, certain things just don't work, and that's okay.
No, I'm a special person.
That's a nice way of saying it. But yeah, it's just, you know what? This is what my body and I are gonna work with. This is what it is.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, there's a door.
Yeah.
Bye. So
I feel like that's just being us, because we're in that transition period of being in our 30s now.
Yeah.
So I feel like everyone's just kind of becoming more comfortable with things that work for them. Mm-hmm. And like for me, like I can change something every day.
You sure can.
And be fine. But I know for you, that would drive you crazy.
I've been thinking about that a lot this week. Of just how like a lot of my friends are just very not going with the flow. Like there is structure in my friends' lives, but y'all can be so confident about something today and change it tomorrow. And I'm like, you fooled me. You fooled me. I knew you were not firm in what you said, but you really got me believing you were firm in what you said.
You fooled me.
I should have known you were just confident for these 3 hours.
Confident for this 3 hours is crazy.
Because if I say something is done, that's what it is. I'm firm.
Y'all, Lauren read it right in the stone. It's not changing. But you're very stubborn.
Yes.
So no, when it comes to Lauren, if she say it, that's what it is. Even if it's not working, she said, well, I said it, so I'm doing this.
Yeah, I'm working on being more open. But if I schedule something or this and that, this is the time. If I said I was going to Jamaica tomorrow, I'm going to Jamaica tomorrow.
There could be a whole winter storm. The plane's on the ground. She's still going. You still gonna be at that airport.
You'll be like, told you to just stay home. Look,
I feel like taking that energy, and I feel like we are learning how to take energy from certain areas of our life and apply it to others. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like that energy is good for some things, but not everything.
Yes.
And that's something I've really been learning of, like building structure for myself, because I did not grow up with a lot of structure. Like all the things that are structured for me are things I had to do for myself. So something I want to do better with is just giving myself more structure and stability in my life. And something Lauren can do better with is just loosening up a little bit. You have. No,
it was worse than this.
It was worse. That is correct. You have definitely come a long way. Most definitely come a very long way. But I feel like it's just us applying those tools into other areas of our life to be better at them.
But no, you're not wrong, because that is something I do need to work on. Just, if a plan doesn't work out, it's okay.
Yeah.
And I grew up, once again, opposite. Yes. I grew up in a household where there was a lot of, even though there was dysfunction, there was still structure.
Yes. Like you knew on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday what was going to happen. Yes. You knew on Saturday, Sunday what was going to happen. You knew on Friday what was going to happen.
Yes. My mom being a teacher and my dad being very traditional in a certain aspect. Yeah. That structure was there. Like, Lauren, your reputation is important. Like you got to conduct yourself. Like my life was been so structured to a T. Yeah. That's all I know. So we're unlearning certain things. Like, okay, I can loosen up here, but I ain't loosening up here.
Yeah. I think that's just the balance that we're finding is like, where can we loosen up and where we need to tighten up at?
Because when I loosen up, all hell breaks loose. I loosen up everything. I'm like, oh, this is why I be strict. This is why I should have just straight strict with myself. I don't loosen up too much. And it'd be irritating me. So yes, trying to find that balance of being intentional about certain things, but also having fun. That work and play balance for
the
me.
Work and play balance. Mm-hmm.
That's a work in progress. That's been a life journey.
You've gotten better.
Yes,
you've gotten better.
I have to, because if I don't have no play, it's horrible.
Yeah,
and I experienced that a lot in college. I'm like, okay, you gotta have fun.
You gotta have fun. Say you gotta have fun like that.
Because you know how I am. I'm just if I'm studying or whatever, that's all I'm focused on. But when I actually started loosening up and didn't study as much, my grades got better. And it's just like, okay, the opposite for what everybody works for. Everybody don't work for these.
It's kind of like that thing of like perspective. Like if you're right up on something, you don't see it, but as you back up from it, you see more of like the picture. So I feel like that's really what it was. In that book too much.
You know what? I was still looking around. I was indulging. I was still looking.
All right, for the food.
Go ahead.
We finna try Lauren's gift that I got her. I got her a jar of gummy pickles. Now, Lauren don't like pickles, as y'all know. But these are gummy pickles that have no pickle in them at all. Would you like to read the ingredients so you can see? They're literally just green apples.
Because I already know I'm going to get you for your little gift. Get ready.
I got her a gag gift for Christmas, and I wrapped it up so cute, too. You were so excited to open it. But it's not pickle, Lauren. It's green apple.
Okay, I'll try it. I'm reading.
Okay, she finna try it now. I had one of these. They were actually pretty good.
It has protein in it.
Not it has
3 grams. And the texture, it's too jiggly for me.
Not it's too jiggly. It's a gummy.
Yeah, but you can have your whole piece because I'm trying to get rid of it.
Girl, I'll take these home with me. How about that?
Yeah. Y'all see how jiggly it is?
It's a gummy. It's a little gummy pickle.
Because you can't. It's not called the rinds. Is that what it's called?
Girl, it's all a gummy. It's not different.
You think Luke and Princess can eat this?
No, they're not gonna eat that. That's sugar. They are not eating no gummies.
Those are her dogs, y'all. I'm trying to see if the doggies want this.
They actually had some chicken nuggets last night.
Oh, they did?
Oh, I got them some chicken nuggets for dinner.
So cute. I'm glad they got their double chicken nuggets.
Yes. All right, let's see how Lauren feel about it. Girl, she being dramatic with biting it. Thoughts?
Okay, yeah, I don't taste the pickle.
I told you. It was all in your head. It was all in your mind. But you don't like it.
It's not bad, but I'm not big on like.
You look so like her face. She looks so like dissatisfied.
It's not bad, but this is enough. Like I couldn't. This is too much.
Is it the texture? Is it the taste?
It's for one. It's when I bit into. I have to literally bite to just get a piece. And then, like, the taste is not bad. Like, it does just taste like green apple.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know if it's like the middle of the taste, the end, the beginning, but it's, the taste, it kind of falls off a little bit.
Yeah.
And it kind of just reminds me like plastic. Like, I don't know.
I mean, there is carnauba wax in here, which is basically plastic.
Well, that's exactly what I taste.
Gelatin and carnauba wax. So, yeah. That checks out. But I thought this was just like a little fun.
I think if it was sour, I would have liked it better. But
yeah. I think that was just like a little fun gag gift that I got Lauren for the holidays.
Get ready for yours. Get ready. Play. Go ahead. Get ready. I already know.
But something that did happen to me at the beginning of this year is I got scammed. I got scammed. So, like, I do markets, and usually for the process when you do a market is the people send you the information, and they send you like the time, and you fill out like the application. Like, they'll ask you for your name, the name of your business, what you're selling, and then they send you a payment link, and you give them the money, and then you go to the event. So that's usually how events and markets go. So I had one of my other vendors that do markets. He had sent me like a long list of like people that were doing events, and one of the events I responded to, it was basically a fake event, and I'd already sent the lady the money. And when I got there, like there was nobody there, like not even other vendors, and that's when I was like, "Yeah, I got scammed." So I ended up donating my cookies to my family and friends and people at my job.
They real good, y'all. But y'all can still go on her website.
Yes, you can still go on my website and buy things, but it just kind of sucked because I'm like, it's literally the beginning of the year. Like, I was looking forward to doing that event for the next 2 weekends, and it just didn't work out that way. And I was out of $120. So Miss Rochelle Powell, the Powell should have been the red flag.
No, you threw her.
That should have been the red flag. I hope you use that money on your kids, to keep a roof over your kids' head, to keep food in their mouth, to put clothes on them. Because I swear if you use that on something stupid like a purse, that will piss me off. If you're going to scam me...
I think what's so crazy about this is that you didn't even have to scam, because you really could have just made the money and did a whole event and talked to the city about it. Yeah. Like, that's not even something you had to scam. You could have made a whole business out of that.
Yeah.
Like, just hosting events.
Yeah. And I see how, like, hosting events, how, like, there is money in it. I don't think that's something I would want to do.
Yeah, host events. You don't want to be doing that planning. And
no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But, like, I think being an event planner, you can make money out of it, but you don't got to scam people. And scamming people after the holidays is crazy.
$120.
Yes. Like, scamming people after the holidays is crazy. But then, like, my other friend Taylor, she pointed out something in the flyer. She said a couple of the words were, like, misspelled, like, in the flyer, like the initial flyer. So it just sucked because it did seem like a legit event. And literally the night before, she had emailed me asking if I'm still attending the event. And, like, the very next day, like, I didn't have a phone number. That's another thing. Like, if I can't get the person's phone number, I probably won't do it. Or I'm going to call. Because another one of the vendors I've worked with, she actually called the place. And they were like, no, we're not doing an event here. Like, so that wasn't fun. But I feel like every business kind of goes through this, and I feel like it has caused me to, like, just be more vigilant. And, like, if it's a brand new event, either go to it. Like, I probably should have physically just went to the event to see how it is. Like I did the Fort Worth one, the Blue Bonnet Circle one. So, like, I'm gonna start, like, physically going to the events if I haven't done that event specifically, or I'm just gonna call either the event coordinator, the place the event is being held at, to see if they're really having that event.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, because Tiara, you are somebody that takes me to face value. Sometimes you gotta do a little extra digging.
I know
you don't like doing that, but I don't take nothing at face value, y'all.
Yeah, you really don't.
I do that extra investigation. I dig a little bit. So yes, just go the extra mile. It'll save you a lot in the long run.
It will. I was very disappointed about it, but I'm glad I had my friends around me to, like, really help me through that. So that was really
and
nice.
The cookies really good, y'all, because I just had some.
Yes, the cookies were fire. Those cookies were so good.
But I'm gonna say something after my dinner. I don't like to eat the whole snack.
But I definitely will be. I am doing an event this weekend that I'm actually excited about. I'm gonna make some black girl cookies. So follow my Instagram to see them. They're gonna be so cute.
Yeah, send me some pictures.
Yes, they're gonna be so cute. So I'm really looking forward to those, actually. Like, I'm really looking forward to making those. So I'm excited.
And do some words. You should do some words.
Some words?
I'm
learning these words.
I love words. Words are powerful. How you speak existence into people's lives.
I thought about doing, because they have there's, like, cookie, like, stamps, so you can stamp words into the thing. So I thought about doing words, but I need somebody I don't want to sit there and pipe words on the cookies.
I thought you just stamp it in.
Okay, you stamp it,
but you still
and then you bake it. But yeah, I still gotta, like, outline to make it pop. I would still have to sit there and pipe.
That's
like,
not easy.
It's just like tracing, but
that's not easier than doing the Bantu knots.
I'm not doing Bantu knots. I'm not doing Bantu knots. No, ma'am. If I have to make 50 of those, I don't want to sit there and pipe 50 words by myself. I thought
words would be easier than pictures.
It just okay. So when I do the black girl cookies I'm making, I'm just gonna flood brown icing where the skin tone is and black icing where the hair is, and then take like a piping bag and just like do some little swirls where her hair is, and that's all I'm doing.
So you're not having to actually like.
I'm not sitting there pipe. Yeah, I'm not. No, I'm not piping braids.
I thought you do like a braid bun.
No, I'm not doing no braided bun. It's a little fro.
I'm thinking too outside the box, y'all. My bad.
Unless you wanna, unless Lauren wanna come over here or somebody, if y'all live in the Dallas Fort Worth area and y'all want some little intern hours, because I ain't got no money to pay you. I'm sorry. I can buy you some lunch.
She won't let me do it. We already had this conversation. She won't let me in the kitchen to do it.
We're gonna have to do a video where me and you do like cookie decorating. And since you like words, I'll get a word stamp. Yeah, and I have black girl stamp, so we can try to do some braids since you want to do some braids. So we're gonna do a cookie video.
That's especially for next month, Black History Month. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
I know you're not doing events next month, but still.
Yes. And that too, something we are definitely going to do better with the year 2025 with the podcast is making more content. Yeah. So making more content for Instagram. TikTok is question mark because
they might be banned.
You know, our dumb government, they don't care that people are freezing out in the streets or hungry or not educated. Yeah, they're going to ban TikTok. So we don't question mark on TikTok, but we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram. So we're definitely going to do better with doing reels, doing content for you guys, and posting more. So that's definitely one of our goals this year.
And maybe we'll see some more Tiara's food in the vlogs.
Yes, we can definitely do. We can plan to do like a Black History vlog where we decorate black girl cookies and words.
Y'all coloring me, giving me a headache. So I don't know if I'm doing the same thing with the ice.
Me a headache.
Too. If I color too long, give me a headache.
That cracks me up when you say that.
So we gonna try to see if it affects with the icing.
Yes,
I don't think it will, but we'll see.
But yeah, if I look to the person that scammed me, I hope you use that money for your kids. I really do. Because if you didn't, then you just trash. You trash either way. But if you don't scam somebody, I would at least think you scamming to help your kids to survive. Yes, but if you scam me for a Birkin bag, F you forever. Like that's so wrong.
I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry.
Well, you have any dating advice for the people?
Yeah, I do. If you are married, still get that STD test.
Facts.
That's my advice today for the dating segment.
Because people be out here lying and cheating.
They sure do.
It don't matter if you're married for 20 years. They lying and cheating.
Get that STD. That's my dating advice.
Is there even? There's no need to elaborate. None. Mm-mm. It don't matter how long you've been married. It don't matter if you're married to a man, woman. It don't matter. You still need to get an STD test when you're married. Even if you're in a monogamous relationship, you still need to get an STD check because people be lying too much and people really be out here cheating. Mm-hmm. So please
protect yourself at all times in all capacities.
Yes. And just because your partner is getting an STD test does not mean they're cheating. Like getting an STD test for me is just making sure you're good, you're safe, there's nothing going on. Like it's part of the routine checkup for me.
Because that's too, even if you weren't cheating, sometimes like vibrators are just dormant and it just comes out. Sometimes you didn't even know you had that from a whole different partner. Mm-hmm. So it's good just to check on your body because your body is constantly going through changes. So, and they ask you that too when you go to your appointments. Do you want to do like a full STD screen?
They sure do.
Now, so you still have to ask for like syphilis or something. Like one of those, like you still have to ask for certain things, but just get the test. Yes, because half is the blood and like pee.
It's blood and pee. That's what they check.
So, for women and men, I know there's other tests. Yeah, but get an STD test.
Mm-hmm. For real, that's really for real. The dating advice.
Yes,
it don't matter if you're married or not. It don't matter how long y'all been together. Please get tested. Because people be out here lying and cheating. For real.
Well, y'all, we're going to move to the queer segment, which Tiara is doing. So I'm excited to hear what this is about.
Okay, so me and my girlfriend have been watching this show called I Kissed a Girl. It's kind of like, the format of it is like Love Island. If you've seen Love Island, that's really like the format of it. of you start with like a core group of people, and then they like switch in people and they eliminate people. So it's very much that same format, but it's queer women. And now this is set in Italy, so these women are from like Scotland and and Wales and like the other surrounding areas. But there's just one specific couple on here that they were so cute together. Their names were Priya and Nay. Nay is a black woman. Priya is a Indian woman. Ooh, they were so cute together. They were so adorable.
I don't see a lot of them.
Yes.
Together, yeah, I'm all for women of color.
Yes.
Black women. So it's nice when we pair together.
But they were so cute together. And then come to find out, the reunion episode, after, because they stayed together like the whole show.
Oh, okay.
Like they were originally paired together. And then throughout the whole show, they stayed together. So it was very cute. But then the reunion episode comes, and Priya had a fiance in America before she did the show. Oh. So after the show, she left Nay for her fiance in America.
This is dumb. Why did you even go on the show? Like, okay, was she in?
Okay, so she said that her and her fiance had called the engagement off. Okay. And a day before she went on the show, her and her fiance had some conversation. What? And then she still went on the show. And then after the show,
they worked it out.
Yeah, they worked it out, and she went to America to marry her fiance.
That's great. That's wrong.
So I'm like, she kind of did her wrong. She really kind of did her wrong.
I wouldn't have married her going on. Seeing her on national TV with a whole nother woman booed up like that, we done. I'm blocking you. You staying over there in Italy with her. I don't want nothing to do with you. Embarrassing me on TV scene. I'm sure they have the sex scenes and all that, or whatever scenes, and you come back trying to be intimate with me, trying to work it out. Nah, go ahead and be booed up with her.
But I just thought it was so wrong, because it's wrong. Like, you think you really met somebody on this show. Because me, I would not personally go on any type of dating shows. I feel like nowadays people go on dating shows for clout. They don't go on there to actually find love. And like it's different from like dating in real life versus we stuck on this island together and we just have fun and chill and talk all day. Like that is two very different settings when it comes to dating. Like, yes, it would be nice to meet somebody in like a dating show, but that could all change when we get back home. We live in real life
because those cameras are gone. That paparazzi and stuff is gone. And I think it's just scary who really can just pretend and fake. Girl. That's scary. And you think it's something so genuine just for it to be not. And that's it's not just men, it's everybody. Yes. So I feel bad for Nay. Is that her name? I feel so bad for her. And it's gonna give black women a bad rap. Because now she don't want to date black women no more.
Stop it.
We do the same for these black men.
Girl. But no, Priya's the one that went to marry her fiance after.
Wait, that was the Indian lady?
Yes.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh.
And they were so cute. It made me so sad because they were really so cute together. They were so adorable.
I thought Priya was the black.
Priya was Punjabi.
Oh, that's her actual name?
No, Priya Punjabi is what she is. Because in India there's different I don't know how the proper way of saying it, but there's like different tribes. I feel like that's easier for me to like understand. But she's Punjabi.
Oh, okay.
She was beautiful. She was so pretty.
Her name. I know she probably was fine based off her name.
I'm screaming.
That would have pissed. I feel so bad for Nate.
Yeah.
Oh, I know her heart was broken because I thought we had something.
Because when they had the reunion episode, the lady was like, "Well, what happened?" And they was like, "She left me for her ex." And Priya was like, "It didn't happen like that. It wasn't
didn't happen like that." Because my thing is, if you really love that woman, you wouldn't have went on this show.
Facts.
Because you would have just stayed home to work on your relationship, knowing that you want to make it. It's like you went on the whole show to kind of see. She kind of did an ultimatum thing. Oh, she went on this show to see if this still was the woman for her, and then when she met and figured out, it's like, oh, so I was just a little toy for you, to see. And people keep wanting to fetishize freaking black women. I'm sick and tired of it. This is why I don't watch these shows now.
You'll be so mad. Yes.
Oh, I probably would have popped up that TV. I don't know. If you just want to have sex with a black woman, just say
it. Yeah, just say that. You don't gotta play games.
Like, and that's why I say it's not just men, it's women too. Yeah. Because look, I have me a little story. We're gonna do a little deep little story time. When I was back in my college days, yeah, I got on these little apps. The dumb Tinder. Don't ask why I got no Tinder. Never ever again.
Lauren don't like the apps, but Lauren's been on the apps, so that's how she knows she don't like them.
It was this girl. Her name was Shelby. Her was Shelby. So
was that the girl who's trying to get you drunk?
Yes. And she was a woman of color. I'm gonna be nice. That's all I'm saying. And she was so fun. Like, she was really cute. And she lied and said that, because I told her I don't drink. And before I sent a message, I told my friends, I'm like,
she probably gonna
play games with me because she just wants to get drunk and have sex. I just don't understand when people just be honest and say that. And so I was like, well, I don't drink, but, we can still go out. And I was asking her for food she likes. Right. And she's like, oh, well, I have a family wedding to go to. And there's no need to lie like that. We just
a family wedding? Right. How's she going to basically invite you out to do something and you say I don't drink, but now she has a family wedding on this day?
Right. Like, it just... Once again, I know we beautiful. I know we are. I know we fine. But that don't mean if you just want us for sex, just say that.
Or go pay for it.
Yeah.
There are sex workers. They exist.
So there are go pay for it. Beautiful sex workers.
Yes.
That will allow you to fulfill a fantasy.
Exactly.
But I'm not somebody fan of reality. Thank you.
Oh, but yeah, I like that show. It's on. You can watch it on Hulu. It's called I Kissed a Girl, and there's also a gay version of it called I Kissed a Boy. And basically, like at the very beginning, they just pair up people, and you just go and you kiss them. You don't say nothing. You just go walk up to them and kiss them. That's it. Lauren's face right now. Lauren don't feel that at all. You're not feeling that.
Back it up.
You're not feeling that at all.
I don't want to just flat out kiss somebody. I don't know. I need to talk to see if you worth kissing.
So this show structure is not for Lauren, basically, at all.
Like, and I'm like, what your breath stink? Like, I gotta do back. Like, I gotta kiss you. You feel me?
What if your breath stink is crazy? Well, it's gonna be another woman.
So, I don't even like her like that.
I'm pretty sure they do. They have they lay out the cast, and they're like, okay, we think these two people would work, and these two people would work, and these two.
I need an emotional connection before I do anything.
Okay, yeah, but you find that out after you kiss.
Something about me, y'all.
Let me eat this little gummy because she finna go on her tangent. I knew you wouldn't like that. I'm like, Lauren would not like this part of the show.
I'm not a casual. I don't like dating. I like being in relationships. I don't like dating. That's something I've also learned about myself. Dating is like all these trial and errors. I feel like I'm running through people. And I like to pick who I want to be affectionate with me. Yeah. That's not something that's just guaranteed with me. Like, you can be fine, but if that personality is not aligning, I don't want to kiss you.
Okay, for the sake of this show, if you were to do this, and you turn the corner, and this lady was fine, like
my type,
physically 100% your type, and she just wanted a little. It don't gotta be like you ain't gotta go in and kiss her, like just whatever that first kiss is. Just
that eye contact better be good.
Oh my goodness.
She better be telling the story with those eyes. We need to be saying something. If you say something without saying nothing, okay, maybe I can work with that a little bit.
But that's the thing, you get to kiss them and then you get to ask your questions. And that's the only person you kiss. Like, when the show first started, they had like set pairs, and they would both come from like two different.
But so what if
they would just kiss?
What if you don't want to kiss them? You want to kiss somebody else?
You still then when they do like their like elimination ceremony, I forgot what it's technically called. Mm-hmm. But you the original partners, they turn back to back from each other, and if they want to stay in their current relationship, they'll turn around and kiss each other. But if not,
so this is not like these are all single people.
Yeah, these are all single people.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But if they want to like get in a relationship with somebody else, then they won't kiss that person. And she'll be like, who are you saving your kiss for? And they're like, I'm saving my kiss for this person. And if that person also agrees, then now they're in a pair. And whoever is left not in a pair, they get eliminated. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's how.
Yeah, I would not last very long on this show.
There was actually like one elimination ceremony where 3 of the girls was like, I'm good.
They didn't like anybody.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm ready to go.
So, that definitely would have been me. Yes. I mean, do you feel like there was like a diverse?
I do. Okay. It was a good diverse cast. Okay. Like it really, really was. I really enjoyed it. There are other couples that had like drama and stuff, but I feel like the Nay and Priya thing that really hurt. I'm like,
to get played on national television is embarrassing. That's another level of embarrassment.
I'm like, I don't understand how you're engaged and you go on a dating show.
So, and when y'all talk,
I don't understand that.
Like, when y'all talk to put this engagement back on, like, cause I'm assuming she knew the timeline is just not making sense.
It's not, because you're right. It's not making sense.
You've had to sign up for these shows with like a year or two in advance. Mm-hmm. So you're telling me that for a whole year, when you signed up for the show, y'all were no longer together, but then all of a sudden, the day before you together, that don't make sense. Mm-hmm. She's still the timeline don't make sense. She probably did this show just to get that publicity, and her fiance say, "Go ahead and do it," because we can.
Okay. Also, deals. Her fiance is in the military in America here. So,
what is the race of her fiance?
I don't know. They never show like a picture of her or anything, but she's like, "I'm just living my best queer life in America."
It sounds like a black woman.
Well, okay.
I'm gonna be honest.
From my context clues, something Priya said is, "Oh, when I first saw Nay, she was definitely my type. Like definitely 100% my type."
She likes black women. That's definitely what I'm picking up on. She likes some black women, and it's just like she just fantasized her. And maybe she reminded her of her ex.
Maybe that could be.
And it's just like spending time together. It's like, okay, maybe I do want to be with this person, but using me to figure out if I'm going to be with another woman is crazy work.
Foul.
That's
foul.
That's crazy work. That's crazy.
But Nay did say, like, from the reunion episode, I don't know where all these people are right now currently, but from the reunion episode, she was like in another relationship with someone else. So I'm like, I hope that goes well.
I do. Did she still seem like she was kind of hurt by her? Or she moved on.
She did. She did seems like she was still kind of hurt. Yeah. Because that sucks. She really did like her. She did. Their connection with each other just seems so strong.
It reminded me of when we watched Ultimatum. It's reminded me of
them two people. Oh, what's her name? I know who you're talking about.
She's dating another big time.
The Nick.
Yeah, she's dating
person.
Nick.
Why can't we think of her name? Yoli and Xander.
Yeah, that's who was reminding me. Like the connection was so
it was so good. It was so strong.
And then when the camera started rolling, all the truth came out, and it's just like that would make me. That's why for me, like when I'm in a situation where I'm actually very happy with something, it scares me because I'm like, something about to happen. I just feel it in my soul. Like I'm trying to enjoy the moment,
right?
But I know something is about to happen. And sure enough, the other shoe falls, and it's like, oh, this is what's going on.
Yeah,
this is why I had a weird feeling.
Sucks. Yeah,
and it's sucks because it's like when it comes to relationship, I feel like you should not think of it's too good to be true. Like if it's going good, it's going good,
right?
But this playing with me on national television, making me look like Boo Boo the Fool. This is why we're doing that background check.
The background.
I know background checks don't have fiancés on it, but we still doing a background check.
I think, and this is why, like,
and asking more questions.
Asking questions. Something I did with the person I'm dating now. I was like, "Are you married? Is there someone that thinks they're married to you? Are you dating?" And like, it sounds funny asking the questions, like asking the same question in different ways, but people be lying too much. And even if I was on a dating show, I'll be like, "Are you engaged? Are you married?
Were you
Is there someone engaged? Right? Is there someone in the outside world that's waiting for you after this show?" Like, you got to ask people the same question 5 different ways.
And if they trying to have sex to get out of it, or they're running around the bush, that's your answer.
That is your answer. That is your answer.
They're not being honest.
But I know some people are gonna think you're being funny, and I'm like, no, I'm being serious. Like, are you married? Are you engaged? Do you have kids? Are there people out there that think they're your kids? Are there people out there that think they're married to
you? Are you on
that
child
think
support?
right? Are you on child support? Like, you gotta ask these questions because some people are silly. Like, I think you sent me a dilemma. Or I sent you one where this lady was like, I didn't know this man had kids, and I asked him if he had kids, and he was like, oh, you said, do I have kids with an S? I have one kid. It's like, huh? What?
Do you have 1, 2, 3? Do you have any form of kids? Whether 1 to 8, how many?
So yes, you get people just act silly like that. So you gotta ask the same question 5 different ways. You have to.
This is why I'm single. It's too much work.
It is. It's a lot of work dating.
It feels like applying for a job, and
it is like facts. It is like applying for a job.
I don't have time for it.
My relationship kind of just came out of thin air for me. Like, it just kind of came out of nowhere. I really wasn't looking for it. I'd accept that I was not dating because I was tired. It's kind of exhausting just seeing these stories every day of like, this is how I got played while dating. It gets exhausting, and I don't want to discourage people from dating. I want to encourage people to be the best version of yourself before you date. So, because a lot of people are not being the best versions of themselves before they date.
That's also why I'm not dating. I also have a lot of work to do. So it's just, I don't know, like,
you know, and you don't have to be a perfect person to date, but whenever you feel like you can hold space for other people's emotions and feelings by not lying to them, by not deceiving them in any way, by being truthful, by being honest, then I feel like you would be in a good place to date. But a lot of people, they want to lie to get what they want. That's something I've noticed a lot.
Yeah, and it's just being very selfish. And you don't have to lie to get what you want. But
you literally don't.
It's the thing is, you want it with that person, and it's just you can't do. There's a lot of people who want the same thing. You just got to go out there and figure that out. But it's interesting because a lot of people that we align with, we don't want them. But the people we do, we don't align with, we want them. And it's just a crazy, like, human thing.
The biggest human thing is we want what we can't have. We want what we don't have access to.
And we think it looks better, but it's not. And unfortunately, you're not going to know until you go into that mess.
Exactly. But I love seeing queer dating shows. I really do. I want to see more queer dating shows.
I do too.
I do.
Maybe
I wouldn't go on one, but yeah, I wouldn't go on one, but I would love to see more queer dating shows. Somebody actually, I was on Instagram and somebody made this rule, and they were like, I think we can do a queer version of Love Is Blind, and this is how. She made a good point. So it would have to be gay men and gay women, and maybe the lesbian women can room with a gay man, so they can have their own. They can still be separated, so they would have their own like rooms that would
be interesting share with each other. They could both talk about their dating experience.
Exactly. So it's not like they're secluded from other people. Like, they still have someone they can talk about their dates with. I thought that was a really good idea.
I mean, that's a good idea. People just silly. That's the issue.
But I would love, like, for this year, I want to see more queer dating shows. There are more ways to date than just men and women dating each other. Like, I want to see women with women date each other. I want to see men with men date each other. Like, they even did like it's a show on Netflix called like On the Spectrum or something, where they did dating shows with like people with disabilities. So like I want to see more than just heterosexual dating shows. Yeah, we are tired of them.
And I'm tired of the same. Even with queer segments now, I'm tired of the same format. Like, we can switch it up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad what's the show? The Hoochie Daddies. Like, I'm glad that I'm tired of seeing that type of stuff. There's so much more to us as queer Black women.
Yes.
Outside of us just fighting and cheating and drinking and being silly.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's different versions of queer women.
So I would love to see more of that this year, honestly.
Well, let's get rolling. Action.
Well, what you got for the music?
So I've really been liking Leon Thomas. If y'all watch Victorious, he was the one.
Oh,
that's
yes.
Him.
Okay.
He is a really good producer, songwriter. He's written a lot of songs that we don't know about. And he came out with a new album, and it's so good. My favorite song is called "Yes It Is."
Nice.
Y'all already know it's about.
Lauren loved a freaky song, so
it's so good. But he's so like his wordplay is so good. Yeah, it's not just what you hear. Like it's when he said, I know y'all women will like this. When he said, what is that? What was that line he said? My throat, your vocal coach, or something like that.
Lauren loved them freaky songs. I'm screaming.
But the wordplay was so good. it was a simple song, and it's hearing it like he can actually sing. He's not just somebody that can't sing.
Sidebar, everybody on Victorious, they could sing.
Yeah.
Every single person on there could sing.
Grande, like
yes. Victorious, yes.
Yeah. So
that show, to this day, I love that show. To this day, I will still watch some Victorious.
What's that grumpy character name?
I loved her. Oh, she was so fine. Oh my gosh. Oh yes.
That dude.
She was so fine. He was fine too.
Like her attitude would get about her.
Jade, that was her name.
She could say like I actually like her. Like when she could sing too. I liked her stuff.
Yes.
I feel like everybody could sing. Friends. She just was like
grumpy.
Like yeah. I feel like we would be cool.
Yes.
But yeah, he.
So is this his first album he released? Basically,
I don't know,
or does he have other EPs and stuff?
I think he has like other stuff, but this is like one of the albums that's put him on the map. Yeah, because really it started with that SZA song because people thought he wrote it, but I think he co-produced or something. Mm-hmm. So that's what really put him on the spot. Was a big debate, but that song and hearing him sing it live, y'all, child, I looked at that song like 3,000 times. I know when I get my little YouTube thing at the end of the year, that's gonna say this song. That's gonna be the top song. It's just so good. Yeah. Like, so check it out, y'all. The ending.
Okay, what's the song called so we can?
Yes, it is
by Leon Thomas.
Yes,
nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have that definitely gonna be on the little playlist. That definitely could be, especially the ending. But just look at the song, y'all. It's good.
Well, shout out to Leon Thomas.
I'm Leon's playlist. That's what I'm doing my music section. If you're struggling to find some songs.
No, for real.
But yes.
Well, our topic for today is basically us talking and giving advice like to ourselves for this new year. Yeah. But also in return giving advice to other Black queer women as well, or just women in general. But like I just want us to do better, and I just want more for us as Black women and as Black queer women, and just to stop settling. And I know that's kind of like people have been saying that for a while, but like honestly, like stop settling in everything in your life. Just stop settling.
Not just relationships, but everything.
Yeah, jobs, careers, relationships,
your potential.
Yeah, like just take a chance on yourself, because that's definitely something I'm doing right now, and it's scary and it's expensive, but I feel like it's worth it.
If it's something definitely you're really passionate about, if it's something you thought about for a long time, I think it's
just do it.
You only have one life.
Yeah,
and don't think. Especially us as women, it's so annoying how we have this biological clock, how we think everything has to run on this schedule. You can be 40 or 50 and still doing something amazing. Like,
yes. You know, all your accomplishments don't have to be between the ages of 20 and 30. Like, we have our whole lives to accomplish things and switch it up. Yeah. So
you can be successful in one thing, want to move to something else. Yeah. Like, you have that freedom, you have that right to do so. So I just want us to, the same effort we give for these companies, for other people, give it to ourselves.
Yes. The same effort we give to these men and these companies, let's give it to ourselves now. Woo! And it would just be amazing, like, seeing, I just love seeing women pour into themselves because I feel like we're just growing up. We're taught to take care of everyone but ourselves.
Yeah.
So I think it will be great if more women, more Black women, more Black queer women we just pour into ourselves more. And it's not being, people have like took the word selfish and made it a negative connotation.
Yeah.
Like I say I'm selfish and I use it as a positive term because I think it's good to be selfish when it comes to yourself and your needs and when it comes to pouring things back into yourself. Like, yes, be selfish. Like, I feel like people have this negative connotation of being selfish, but it's like you can't properly pour into other people unless you've poured into yourself.
Yeah.
So be selfish. That's the word of this year, is be selfish.
I think I'm 50-50 with the word because it's like, I get what you're saying and I do agree with you, but there's like that other half where like, okay, maybe I'm being too selfish. Like,
what's something you feel like you've been too selfish in?
Like this year, just in general.
Just in general.
I don't like to. I feel like if I'm using the word "I" too much, if I'm talking to somebody.
Okay, you can continue, but this is not being selfish. I can already tell you that right now.
I feel like if the bulk of the conversation I'm talking about me, that'd be selfish.
That's very interesting.
I do like I know I'm using the word "I" a lot, and I'm trying to take the word out, but it's why you like.
I don't think that's an example of being selfish.
For
though.
me, it feels like that.
Okay.
And maybe I need to dig a little deeper on why.
Yeah.
But it's just.
I don't think that's being selfish though. I
don't know. And also, I'm not somebody that likes to, unless I'm really comfortable and close to you, I don't overshare things.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, I don't know. But that's just something for me. Like, if I feel like I'm not giving the other person a chance to talk about what's going on with them, but just, I don't like full conversation being 100% surface around me because that just makes me feel like a selfish person.
Okay. Because I'm like, I've never had a conversation with you. Okay, I'm not gonna say never, but I've never had a conversation with you where I felt like you were just talking about you and you just did not have any care or regards for like my feelings or what I was doing. Mm-hmm. Like, I've never felt that way with you.
I mean, I'm glad you haven't, but sometimes like on my end, that's how it kind of feels. Mm-hmm. And not just with you, but just sometimes in general of certain things.
I think that's called something else, but I don't think it's called being selfish.
Maybe that's called something. Y'all, that's why I'm going to therapy this year. I'm adding that to the list, the long, long list.
I feel like being an example for me of being selfish, because I feel like we're not. You've never done anything where I'm like, dang, Lauren's been real selfish when she was doing that. Okay. It's not like I was. I don't know. I don't even have an example of being selfish. I feel like, and when I use the term selfish, I feel like I use that for like my time and my space and my energy, and I can be more selfish with those things because like I've really been wanting to go like on a solo date, but it's like,
you have been saying that, but I know your schedule's just so jam packed. I think it's just that thing. Yeah. Like, you're gonna have to make that time. It's
I'm gonna have to make
like, okay,
time.
Today,
yes,
even if it's a month in advance, okay, today is just gonna be the time for me. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to be intentional about making that time.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't like. There's nothing you've done to be selfish.
I mean, that's good feedback.
And I feel like us as women, we get this message of like, if you're not doing it for someone else, you're being selfish. Yeah. Like, no matter what it is. And I feel like that's a very toxic message.
You know what? I'm thinking of certain things now. It's coming back.
It's coming back to you? Okay.
Because I've been gaslit by other people. I mean, in my family, of like, you're being very selfish, or going from, you're too nice, like, you don't care about me. Like, it confuses me.
Yes.
Of like, okay, am I doing wrong? Like, what, am I crazy? Like, what is going on for people to have so drastic views of me as a person?
So the word selfish has been used to gaslight you in a way. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And again, unfortunately, I think a lot of people go through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. But what led to this conversation was when we were looking at I don't know if you've been seeing the Zendaya Tom.
Oh yes, Zendaya marrying Spider-Man.
Let's just have Spider-Man pictures for that little wedding.
Yes. I saw this. Because I actually watched this like video of someone talking about the engagement, and yeah, what led us to this conversation was that people were congratulating Zendaya by basically saying good job on not being a baby mama.
Yeah.
That was them congratulating her. Mm-hmm. But I don't think you have to put other people down to congratulate somebody. Like, you could have just said congratulations on the engagement and ended it at that. Yeah. Not congratulations on being a single mom, not being a single mom. Congratulations on not being a baby mama.
It's already hard enough for them to process and both of that and be a parent. Like, you don't have to add. Yeah. And I feel like for me is, once again, I've had friends I've had kids when I was 16. Yes. So I feel like
yes, we started early.
Yes. For me, every time there's a kid, I see a kid. I think that's a blessing. I see that. Okay, this is another good part of life. And I get very excited when our friends say, oh, I'm pregnant or I'm having a kid. Like, you know,
Lauren gets hurt. Yes.
That's one of the things that be making me smile.
Yes. Lauren turning a rich auntie when these kids come around.
Yes. So even though the situation might not be great, I always look as the child as a positive. Yeah. So yes, have we as women made bad decisions when it comes to picking the people we have kids with? Yeah. That's the truth. But I mean, the kid is here. We can't go back now. So instead of just trying to say
move forward, do better.
Make better decisions. Learn how to vet people. I feel like a lot of people do not know how to vet correctly. And
I can only speak for us as Black women because I grew up mainly around a lot of women in my family. None of the women in my family know how to vet men. If any of the women in my family watching this, you can call me. We can talk about it. But none of the women in my family know how to properly vet a man, which means I went out dating not knowing how to properly vet men either. And I think a lot of us go through that experience of people keep telling Black women to do better and vet better. How? Yeah. How do we do that?
I think by learning how to ask better questions. And I know people lie, but we got to start somewhere.
Asking better. For one, being in a safe space to where you feel like you can be vulnerable and date people. Not dating out of survival. Not dating because you and not just dating, like maybe just not having sex with people that you know don't value you and value your body. Like, that's something that helped me date better, was just having a better relationship with myself and telling myself, like, I don't have to go out here and just give my body to any and everybody. Like, I definitely need to put people through a process in order to have sex with me. I should not just freely have sex with people.
Yes. And I think a lot of us as women don't look at sex as a privilege. No. We just look at it as, well, we're supposed to do this. Yes. Or this is going to bump me up to the top on his roster. Yeah. So let me have sex with him to prove myself. Right. And it's like, anytime you get in that mindset where you have to rationalize or try to feel like you're proving yourself, or
I feel like that's survival mode.
Those are good indicators. Okay, this might not be the person for me. Yeah. And I think we have to ask ourselves better questions like, okay, do I want to be in a relationship because society says I need to? Because I'm trying to have a baby? Or do I feel like I feel more validated as a woman if I have a man? Yes. Like, I feel like, or do I really want a man that's going to pour into me emotionally and for the right reason? What is the reasoning for you wanting a man in your life?
Yes. What is the root of it? Because I feel like a lot of people just blindly date or date out of survival. I think there's a lot of people actually dating out of survival, or they're dating out of, okay, well, my timeline of life said I was supposed to do this by this time. So let me just go find somebody, marry them, have kids. Like,
and I think when people think of survival, they think you broke. I don't think survival stops at that.
It doesn't stop.
I think survival could just mean like you need somebody to teach you how to love yourself. Yes. Or you feeling like I cannot be myself without a man. Like, putting your whole identity into a man. Yeah. Like, putting your whole identity into something is not great.
It's not healthy.
And
it don't matter what the thing is. It can be your job. It can be your religion. It could be a man. It could be your kids. Like, it don't matter what it is. Putting your whole identity into something else is not healthy. It's just not.
And I know we talk about pick-me's all the time, but I've definitely been a pick-me for women.
Yeah.
I know we talk about that for men, but I'll be very transparent and honest and say I've definitely, like, just looking back at certain situations, I've definitely been a pick-me for women. And it looks, when you look back at it, it's very cringy.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh.
Because I've definitely been retired from the pick-me lifestyle. So, like, I understand. I definitely understand.
Yeah, and it's a lot of things before sex, before it even gets to that point. And I think you got to, once again, have that conversation with your body. Like, we're not doing this today.
Oh, yes.
I know this is what you want to do, but we're not doing that today.
Have a conversation with your body. I think some good vetting tips. That's what we can give right now.
Yes.
Is being firm with yourself about your boundaries before you go out on a date with somebody. Asking the right questions. Asking the right questions sometimes means asking the same question 5 times, 5 different ways to get the truth.
Yes.
And just how you feel, like if you feel safe around that person, like really pay attention to yourself and how you feel. Really pay attention to your intuition. And like if something's not feeling right, then it's probably not right.
There's a reason why it's not.
It's probably not right.
We've been through this before. Yeah. Your body, and also like your emotion. That's something I've really learned. Like the highs and lows.
Yeah,
that has been horrible. Horrible. And that's something I want to correct, but it's just.
So you feel like if someone's taking you through drastic, like emotion changes,
or you doing it to yourself because your whole identity is just based into this person or this role, that when things change, your emotions be on this extreme high. And I've noticed that about me. I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah.
I don't like that. So it's just, you got to really pay attention to your body because your body will tell you.
Yeah.
Or your pH balance is off. That's
a big one. That's a big one.
Good way to vet. Is this person changing your body for your body don't even like this person and rejecting it based on how it smells? Like,
there are so many people out in this world. There are so many, for women that date men, there are so many men out here in this world. If that man is throwing your pH off, please go find another one. Like, your body is literally rejecting him.
Literally telling you, get this man out of
here. So pay attention to your body and how you feel around that person. And if you're just going, having fun, having sex, then have those conversations, especially if you're having sex where you can get pregnant. Have those conversations before y'all take off the condom, before you stop your birth control. Have the conversation about kids. And if y'all don't want to have that conversation, keep using your condoms and keep using birth control.
And don't let that man say, we'll figure it out.
No.
That's also something that I don't understand. Like, when it comes to vetting and having conversations, if somebody cannot have an actual thorough conversation, say, oh, I don't know, or
I don't know, we'll figure it out. We don't got to talk about this right now.
That's a red flag.
When we get there, we'll see what happens. If anyone says any of those things, leave it alone.
Yeah, they're not really listening to you. They just want to get what they want.
Yes.
And they're trying to bypass this conversation because they don't want to deal with it.
Yes.
So if you see that this person is not willing to have the conversation with you, even if it's just casual.
Yeah.
I think people mistake casual for just mediocre. If you're gonna be casual, you better still have a good roster. Have nothing but A's and A+ on that roster. So have a good roster out there now. You're not gonna be having some wonky people in this world because you're still committing your time, energy, and effort in your body.
Yeah.
So I would give them the best if I'm even be casual. This is why I'm not casual, y'all. This is why, right?
Lauren can actually give great tips on building a roster, but she's not finna build one.
Yeah. That's not my life. I feel like I give good advice, but I'm not gonna do it.
But no, like, I agree with you. If you just go home, be out here having fun, having a roster, then I feel like, and I know a lot of people have said this too. If you can't call that person in an emergency, you should not be giving your body to them.
I haven't heard that one before.
So
but that is good.
Yeah, like, and it's not like y'all got to be serious or something, but like, if you blew a tire and you can't call that man that's been blowing your back out, then maybe he should not be on your roster. You shouldn't be giving your body to him.
And maybe just categorizing people, but being honest about yourself. I think also part of being vetting is being honest if you can do casual or not.
Yeah.
Like, if you know you're somebody where the emotional aspect is just intertwined, you cannot compartmentalize and separate those two. and you know, since you have sex, you're gonna start developing feelings. That's a conversation you need to have with yourself before you get back out there.
That's step one of doing better at the vetting process is vetting yourself.
Yes,
that's literally and actually step one. So being good with yourself, being in tune with yourself, making sure you listen to your intuition and that you feel comfortable enough, like being vulnerable with another person because you're vulnerable with yourself. Like the vetting process starts with you. Yes. And then when you feel good with you, then I feel like you're able to vet people better. And like being able to say no or being like, I don't think we're a good fit or I don't think we're a good match. Not being afraid to say no. That's also how we can vet better as women too, instead of just being like, well, he took me to this place, so I guess I'll go home with him, or I guess I'll do this. Like, no,
obligated. And and I've seen that a lot too, where especially on X Twitter, which is also Twitter, where women talk about all the time how, or men too, like if I take you out on a date, that equates to sex, like because I did this for you, you're obligated to do this.
Oh, and ask that if a man is trying to take you out, be like, okay, if you take me out, does that mean you're going to expect sex after this? Just be blunt. Like that's another thing people can do. Just be blunt, straight up, be straightforward, be honest. Like I feel like people try to be too cutesy when it comes to dating. Like no,
if you want to have sex, you don't have to go on a date.
Yeah, if that was the case, then we don't have to go on a date.
We just got some takeout food, or whatever, kept it moving.
Right. Like, and the thing is, I feel like a lot of people think that if I'm honest about just wanting sex, people are gonna say no. Like
there's a lot of people out here who just want that one thing and move on with their business.
Yes. So you don't have to lie to get what you want. Like you can tell the truth and still get what you want. It's that simple.
It is. People make things harder than it has to be for no reason.
And it don't gotta be like that. Cause I don't know, maybe whoever you're talking to, they're open to dating, but they're also like, I'm just here to have fun too. So being honest could have saved y'all a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort, a lot of tears. Yes. Could have saved a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and I think also part of vetting, especially the longer you're dating a person, you still gotta vet them. Don't get comfortable. Too many people get comfortable and thinking and assuming we want the same thing when that might not have happened.
You still gotta vet them. Correct.
Ask those questions. They say, "I love you. Why do you love me?"
Yes.
Outside of me being cute at the sex, why do you like me? Like, do you see a future with me?
Yeah.
And pay attention to people if they're very hesitant in their answers, or it's too corporate. It's too.
Listen to the tone.
Prepared,
yes.
Something. If it sounds too perfect, something probably not right. Either they're lying because they still want to keep you around, or
that's not how they feel, and they just like, let me just get an answer to make this person feel better.
Yeah, pay attention to people. Ask. I think a lot of women are also scared to ask those hard questions because they don't want to hear the truth.
But it's like, even if you don't ask the hard questions because you don't want to hear the truth is gonna come out.
It is.
It's gonna eventually come out. So you might as well get the truth out the way.
I think some people just want to hold on a little bit longer, and it's like we gotta let it go.
I feel like from me, like growing up and not being in the best like romantic relationships, on top of like not seeing like the other people in my family be in the best relationship, like my parents not being in a good relationship, and then online, the people around me, like my other like friends and acquaintances and people not being in good relationships, and online it's like nobody in a good relationship. It's just like, okay, I feel like I've accumulated enough information to know how to vet people properly, because, and something that's also helped my vetting process is when I just sat down and didn't date for 3 years. Yeah. I just sat down and watched how people act, what people say to get what they want. Like you learn a lot by just stepping back and just looking, just watching people, just observing. I've learned a lot from just that too. So yes, I've been drugged through the mud, and I don't think you have to be drugged through the mud to learn stuff. But I think there's a lot of benefit of just sitting and watching and asking questions before you just jump into something. So
I feel like chemistry and love is not enough.
Yeah.
Like really asking those hard questions, really asking yourself those difficult questions. Am I being fulfilled or am I wasting my time? Is this person and I in alignment of what we want?
Yes.
What are the goals? What are we doing?
Yes.
Because I'm not going to be sitting around,
that's
not going to work for me. Like, what are your personal goals? What are our goals as a couple? Like,
yes.
what are we doing?
Where are we going? What are we doing? Yes.
Because, yeah, this is cute, but I'm still moving my personal life.
Yeah.
Like, are you going to be behind or keep up?
Yeah.
So I think those are questions at some point that, especially if you know you want to get married or have kids or just be long, whatever it is, those are still important questions that need to be asked. Because at some point, we're always going to be evolving as people, and I think it's best that we are on the same page so we can make that determination if this is going to work or not.
Right.
So, and being nice is not enough either.
No, it's
too
not.
many people think, oh, well, they're a nice person, so I think this is the one. No.
Yeah, being nice is not enough. That's one of my lessons I had to personally learn.
Yeah, that was an interesting time. That was a very interesting time for everybody.
Very. Literally for everybody, yes.
Yay. But, well, let me go ahead and ask a question that I had. Another question.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's part
we
of
got
it,
another. Okay.
I mean, well, like it's kind of tied into the first question, but
this is gonna be our wrap up question.
Yes. What have you liked in your late 20s in terms of anything? I guess I'll just make it a very broad question versus your early 20s.
I like that I stopped being afraid of taking a chance on myself. I like that I started my business. I like that I have learned how to allow someone to love me. And I don't just mean that romantically. I also mean that in friendships too. Like I feel like I've done better with like actually letting people in to love me and see me. So those are things I am very happy about that I've learned from my early 20s and taking into my late 20s and something like positive that's come out of it.
Okay, look at you.
Lauren is always like a proud parent. I love it.
Because I think it's good.
Yeah.
I feel like we've had a lot of conversations like these last few years about a lot of things. A lot of things have changed or just plans have not gone how we thought, but that's not bad.
Like, yeah, it's not bad. So. It's sometimes some stuff seems bad when it's happening, but after it's like, oh yeah,
okay, I didn't need to go through that,
right?
I didn't know why at the time, but now I see. Okay, so
yeah, those are some good things. What are some good things that's happened to you in your late 20s, going into your 30s?
You right,
2 years. Me? I'm excited for the trip.
And you're gonna be 29 on the trip.
Everybody else gonna be 30. Yeah, that's gonna be everybody 30 trip.
It is. It is. Now that I think about it, it's gonna be all turning 30 the same year. So
it's gonna be everybody 30 trip.
That's gonna be a fun trip. But well, I feel like my whole 20s have been a ride.
Yeah,
I feel like hopefully things will calm down in my 30s, but I think I've just experienced a lot of extremes, like internally, externally. I think something that I've liked in my later 20s is that I've definitely been comfortable more externally with who I am.
Yeah.
I think this whole masculine thing, that's something still new. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like that Hawaii trip for my 25th birthday, that's when I first really started that transition.
Yeah.
And now at 28, it's been a very interesting journey. I think that's an extra piece that's made my 20s interesting.
Yeah.
And
would you just being like more comfortable with your masculinity?
Yeah, I feel like it's something that I really, really like. And I'm not something I've really learned in my later 20s is that I'm really not confident and comfortable about a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I feel like the masculine role thing is something I do genuinely enjoy doing, and I'm very comfortable in it. So that's a realization that I've made these couple of weeks, just thinking about how I want to be better and things that I have liked.
Yeah.
But I think I've also just something that I've really liked is just letting go of what I thought was for me, I guess, tearing down core beliefs, like really going through the process and being comfortable and confident about, okay, Lauren, look, you're not like everybody else and everybody's not like you. And that's okay. It's not that I didn't know that, but it's like,
it's some things it's just clicking more.
Yes, like it's embracing those differences about me instead of thinking I have to keep up with other people when it comes to certain things. Like, it's okay if you don't like that and everybody's like that.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're wrong or you're broken or you're behind. It just means this is how your life is played out, and you have the choice to change it if you want, or if you like where you are, you can stay there. And I think that's something I just really like, just understanding that my life is my choice.
Yes,
and it's
correct.
I've always known that, but it's like when you hit that late 20s, certain things just don't bother you like it used to, or certain things that didn't, it do.
Yeah,
and that's not a bad thing. I think for me, I've also just learned getting too comfortable is tells me, okay, Lauren, something about to pop off. That's why you just need to go ahead and change within the change. I've learned when you just sit in something for a while and then it changes, like, oh, this is what I was doing.
Yeah.
Okay, I needed to do X, Y. I should do that a while ago.
Yeah.
But I think also I've learned to take feedback a lot better in my later 20s, because you couldn't tell me nothing in my younger 20s. Either I was thinking you were just being mean to me, or I didn't want to hear it. And that's something that I've really started to kind of, I don't want to say enjoy, but something that I know is going to benefit me in the long run is really getting honest feedback from people who are looking out for my best interest, and not just saying something to be silly, and learning how to differentiate that. Instead of thinking everybody's being mean to me instead of the world.
Yeah.
So I think I have let go of some of my stubbornness. I'm still stubborn, yes. But I have learned you can calm back and take it back a little bit.
Yes.
And see if this is why this person is saying that.
Yeah.
And
especially around people that you know, like, care and love for you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're not just saying stuff to say stuff.
Right. So, like, y'all, I feel like sometimes you have a better view from the outside. When you're your own person, you're just in your own world sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need that different perspective that's going to show you and teach you some new things.
Yeah.
So I think those are some things that I feel like as a Black queer woman, I have learned that's been better in my later 20s versus my earlier 20s.
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's it.
I don't even know how long this recording has been.
It's been the one been up there for a while.
Oh. So y'all, I could talk all day. So.
But for the people that support us, I love that y'all are continuing to support us through 2025, and y'all support us through 2024. But we're definitely gonna start with more content. More vlogs, more challenges, more reels. So that's definitely something we're gonna work on this year.
I'm really excited about it. Just being more transparent. We've always been transparent with y'all, but just letting y'all in a little bit more on certain things. Yeah. And just like you said, doing the vlogging more. And we want to see y'all interact with us more this year too.
Yeah.
Like, we try to interact. I don't know y'all comment here and there, sprinkle little something. y'all interact with us. We don't bite. Like, we would love to hear y'all's opinion, y'all's perspective, what y'all want to see more of from us too. That will help us also plan better of what we're going to record, and also having more guests this year. We're definitely going to have more guests. We want to do so. We're really excited about this, y'all. So keep talking about our podcast. Yes, telling other people. Like, we really want to hear y'all feedback. Yes. So, well, all right. Well, I know 2025 has already started off crazy, but I'm hoping we're getting the craziness out the way so we can have a good rest of the year. Yeah, get that gunk out now. Yes. Get that gunk out. Because Vicky going this way. I think I'm just so used to the silliness now. It's not like I'm like, oh my gosh, but at the same time, it's just annoying because like every day is something different. Like if it's not like in my personal life, it's like something in the news, and that's something I really did not want to talk about in this podcast. Is like
literally from day one to today, every day something crazy has happened in the news.
Yeah.
So that also makes me a little nervous because I'm like, it's something every day. It literally is.
I feel like there's so much stuff to be going on right now. I don't have time to see what this world doing. Like, y'all, everything has just changed so much for me since the end of last year that I'm just nothing really surprises me no more. Like what happened on the New Year's, yeah, that was a surprise. But outside of that, like
some family. Lauren went through some family drama and learned information that was not appropriate to be shared with her at all. Very inappropriate information.
So, y'all, when I say I'm on the cruise of change,
yes, literally,
I'm just cruising. It's something else. I'm like, oh, okay, we'll go ahead and change that too. So, y'all, every bit of me is changing. It's like I swear because I'm very stubborn. Things are happening to where it's forcing me to
do certain things,
and it's just like, if this is how 28 want to start, let's go ahead, let's get it.
I feel like if there's something you have to change, you keep putting it off. There is gonna be something that happens that makes you do it.
So, I'm just starting to embrace the change a little bit more.
And I also know, like, me and Lauren, if something start happening to her, something's gonna happen to me.
And we
if
don't
something start happening to me, something gonna happen to her.
We start looking around. Like, yes. Is it with our sisters? Is it with?
Oh, girl, yes.
It's with something. We know it's coming, whether it's with us or other people. Yes. So it's like, let me be on the lookout.
Right.
And I know you've been on the lookout because stuff already been happening.
Yes. Just crazy.
That also is a good indicator. Like, time to buckle up.
No, for real. But yeah, I know everybody's been on this like, oh, I don't like saying New Year's resolutions, but I like to just set like a goal and a plan and like an intention of what to complete for the new year. So last year was like starting my business and I did that. And so this year I feel like for me it's just like just building and creating more structure for not only myself but for my business. So like I'm really going to be focused on structure this
year. Y'all, I don't know what I need to I have finished. I've made my vision board, y'all. I finished it. I like to do themes. Like I love words.
Themes, yeah.
So my theme this year is expansion. Yes. And I think that's just since I'm already out of my comfort zone with so much other stuff now. It's like let's just take it there. Yeah. Let's just see how far we can go. So I'm just learning how to expand more of me and not to stretch myself thin, but just seeing all there is to me in a lot of different areas that I've been putting on the back burner for a while. So I love that. I think that that's something that I'm really going to be intentional about this year. So
I love that. Oh, yeah. Well, all right. You can follow me at Tiara the Caterer. Yes. And look out for events that I do. After this event, I am going to take a break from doing events until March. So definitely look out. See what I'm doing for the rest of the year.
We'll post her business account under the description so you can click on there because like I said, other events is coming up. So go ahead and bother her with some orders,
and then get Lauren to release her music because we ready.
That's gonna be on the next episode.
I'm ready to hear Lauren's new songs.
There's so many songs in the vault that I would love to.
10,000 billion trillion songs.
Yes. Songs that have been finished that are not finished. So yeah, I am ready, y'all. I'm gonna find me a new producer because it didn't work out with the other ones. So so yeah, y'all.
Yeah. If you a producer, please slide in the DMs.
Yes, slide in those DMs. If you really for real gonna be
for real, yes.
Slide in those DMs.
Yes, and we will be looking at your page, seeing your previous work. So don't just be sliding up in there. Like,
yeah, be for real.
Come correct.
For real, so
yes.
Come for real.
Yes. But yeah, y'all can follow Lauren at
Dr. Reese.
There we go.
It's on everything. I don't change it. It makes it easier.
Yes, and y'all can follow our podcast account as well.
Yeah, and I always tag it so you'll be able to click it.
Yes. But all right, y'all have a good year. I'm My year start off crazy. Your year start off crazy. If anybody else year start off crazy, let's just hope we just getting the crazy out the way. So we'll see. But see y'all next time.
Bye.